Hello everybody, in this video we will create our JWT middleware so that we can verify the token that comes from the front end. So let's go ahead and do that. Create a file under middlewares and you want to name it verify-token.js. So let me write a code and then I'll explain to you what it does. So const require JSON web token, you have to import this, and then a module .exports, then function, we have to export the entire thing. Next, and then let token equals to request.headers access token or request.headers authorization. Oops, need to spell correctly. And then if token starts with, pass in check bearer, then pass in check bearer token equals token. So we have finished written the code. So let's go line by line. The first line is whenever someone made a request, we can attach something to the headers. For example, we have been using request.body to get the data from the body, right? You send data to the body, but we can also send it to the headers. So for example, if we go to our Postman and if you click headers, you can actually send an authorization here. Authorization. And then we're gonna pass in the token, and when we type request.headers and then authorization, we are getting this whole token. So that's why we need to access the headers in order for us to get the token. But you have to give it a key, like for example authorization and access token to get the token. Next part is optional, which is this part, because sometimes the front end will attach bearer on its head. So this bearer sometimes from front end, if you go to Postman, sometimes it actually attaches like this. So we have to remove it, then only we can verify it. So if you go back here, in order for us to do that is we gotta check if the tokens start with bearer, then we want to remove that bearer by adding check bearer.length, which will be the length of the bearer, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it will be 7. And then the length of the token. Then we're simply gonna remove the bearer, but it is optional. And then the next step is if token exists, let's say we are sending the actual token, like if we check Postman, we are sending this token, right? Then you want to do an operation here. Else, if the token does not exist, then simply responds with an object that says no token provided. So if it's undefined or if it is empty, then we're just gonna respond back, which will say success false and a message no token provided. If the token does exist, then we want to use another function from JWT, which is .verify. .verify is to verify the token. First, you have to pass in the token, and then you have to pass in the secret key. If we go back to our signup API, we encrypt the user's object, which is this part, and then we pass in the secret key. The secret key will be your secret passage to get a decrypted object from the token, Without this secret, there is no way to get the decrypted or the decoded object. That's why we are saving it in .env file, which is this part, for safety purposes. So let's go back to verify token. If the token is not valid, like if you pass a non-valid token, like for example, like a number or simply a random characters, then it will simply return a message that says failed to authenticate. That's it. Else, if it's success, then we want to attach the decoded object or decrypted object to a request.decoded. You can even name it request.awesome if you want, but we're gonna make the naming more congruent to which is decoded. That's how we name it decoded instead. You can access it later on in any API that has this middleware. You can access it by doing like decoded._id, because decoded is simply user object. So you can access the email, the username, and so on. We are going to test our middleware in the next video, where we are going to create a new API. I'll see you guys in the next video.